like, what's the big news today? Obama. Oh, hello, this is not a spring chick. We are here out at the Venice Beach Canal area today. So isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Meanwhile, the president's over in Indonesia, and protocol or not, when is it proper to shake or not shake? I guess they're learning. It depends on, well, what country you're in and what the protocol is. But, doesn't the president have really good advisors on that? Well, for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Now they're saying that President Obama is not in denial, but delusional.
Well, yeah, I mean, this guy is over there. He sent a nasty letter to everybody in the G20.
Obama did?
Yeah, explaining how his economic policies, he's not devaluing the dollar. He's making our economy stronger. Well, everybody in the world knows he's devaluating the dollar because he wants the Chinese yuan to replace it. I mean, everybody but Obama seems to know that that's going on.
Oh, wait a minute. Does Obama really think he's doing it? Or that's where that delusional part comes in versus denial.
Delusional.
And it has to be dragged out of him. But Obama admits what everyone already knows, that he saved the world from a Great Depression with all of his spending.
I know, because he's trying to convince people the way to boost your economy is to spend money that you don't have, or print up billions of trillions of dollars to buy bonds, which basically devaluates your currency even more.
And help reaches passengers on crippled cruise ship.
Yeah, well, they got the Ronald Reagan setting aside it right now. They sent out two tugboats. One of the tugboats fell, and the other tugboat isn't big enough to bring it in. So the people are basically getting spam and stuff brought to them from Ronald Reagan by aircraft.
Oh my gosh! How many people are on that cruise ship?
Over almost 6,000 total.
So here's a question: after a cruise ship gets crippled, do they give them free cruises afterwards,
No,
or
they're going to give them a discount?
What?
Yeah, that's how they operate. They give you a discount on your next booking, which that never happens again.
Yeah, because it's like people, they're like if they take another one.
Well, yeah, because the people have basically had, a lot of us saved for years to go on the cruise. It's gone, and all they're going to get is an offer to, well, if you book, we'll give you more. We'll give you a better upgrade on the room, and it won't cost you as much. Well, they won't ever book it.
They won't ever book it.
I mean, can you imagine setting for like 2 or 3 days with only the toilets working, no power, no warm food, nothing, just like spam and stuff that are being brought to
That's
them.
not really that much fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, at least, some people that have what do you want to call it, a balcony, but there's other people, it's like...
The rooms are all in inner decks. They can't be, they're basically, they luckily had lots of lawn chairs on board so that people could stay out of their cabins where it was cool. It's like oven in the cabin, so they have to stay out on the decks.
Help reaches... Bill O'Reilly still doesn't get the idea that his idol Obama is a left-wing ideologue and makes up excuses for what he does.
He said, I can't read this man. I don't know why he is doing these things, because he's obviously, too smart. And he has to understand that what he's doing the public doesn't like. No, he doesn't care. He's like Nancy Pelosi doesn't care. So
I know, there's putting a spin on things, and then there's total delusional.
Yeah.
At home in Indonesia, Obama reaches out to the Islamic world.
They don't like him over there. I mean, this more of where his delusional is. He thinks that his outreach is actually making things safer, whereas the Muslims all say he's a weak example of an American president. They said they may not have liked Bush, but they respected Bush. They don't even like Obama.
And the respect?
Yeah, they don't have none for him.
It's all over for the Republicans as the people find out that they are standing against Obama saving this nation from Bush and his policies.
That came from Pelosi this morning.
Oh, really?
That we expect to take back the House of Representatives very shortly, when the Republicans are basically blamed for all of the economic problems. No, Republicans, Obama's going to veto any means of stopping the spending. So.
An ex-Marine suspected of selling assault weapons to LA gang.
Probably. Just because you're ex-soldiers, ex-Marines, ex-sailors, they aren't bad people in the military, folks.
Oh, there are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a lot of bad people escape being bad in the streets by joining the military because the military has lax standards.
Oh, GOP challenger Walsh sees lead over Bean shrink in 8th District.
Well, yeah, everybody, unless you beat a Democrat by 4 to 5 points, you automatically lose the election. Just look at the poor woman who was declared the winner of the Attorney General's job in California, who is now falling behind Cooley, who conceded the race.
And President still refuses to admit he's ashamed he's a Muslim.
Well, I know. I mean, he basically tries to act like he's a Christian, only goes to Muslim places. Yeah.
In San Francisco bans toys in some fast food kids' meals.
Yeah. If it's a healthy kid meal, which means it's not over 600 calories, contains only milk and fruits and vegetables, that's acceptable. You put a kid, you can put a toy in that meal, which nobody's going to sell.
Oh, they allow him to do.
Yeah, but see, even Gavin Newsom knows that's a loser, so he's going to veto it today. But they said they can override his veto, so.
Gold prices hit record high amid growing economic fears.
That's because Obama is systematically destroying the American dollar. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. Okay, he's printing bonds which are worthless and buying them with printed paper money which is worthless. That's why gold is being bought, because gold isn't worthless.
Bush book praised in Dallas and criticized overseas.
Well, because the left wing runs most countries overseas, and the left wing runs the press. So.
Oh, well, you know, and he's been going on his book tour talking to everybody about it.
Which he probably shouldn't have done. I wouldn't have, but he did say that he doesn't expect anybody to like anything he's done, but he said that these people are all ideologues, and he said the future, basically the future will be written by the internet, not by the historians of today. So
I remember hearing part of it. They were asking if he had anything to say about Obama and the criticism of him, and you know, he basically gave an answer like, "Well, you respect the office."
Yeah,
and
which they never did when Bush was president. But the problem is the left wing press doesn't, and the comics, they don't respect Obama, period. And they denigrate the office too, because of this man. Basically, he has no sense of what it's like to be president. He treats it like he was a royal dignity. And
there is a difference.
Yeah.
Fate of Alaska race hinges on write-in count.
Well, you know, you can't put in, I want the L person to be, to be the write-in candidate. No, you can't just say L. You can't say Lisa. You can't say what's her name. And that so far, I mean, first of all, the write-ins are illegal in their. The Ninth Court of Appeals, which is left-wing, allowed it. So they said this election will go to the Supreme Court because they can't allow you just to say that woman and count the vote for Murkowski.
Oh, really?
Well, because there was 114 other women on the ballot.
Well,
how do they determine
that woman is Murkowski?
Yeah.
Pentagon can't explain missile off California.
Oh, they're trying to explain now that rocket plume was actually a contrail of a jet. Well, jets don't have flames coming out of their rear ends unless their afterburners are burning.
A New York man looking for drugs calls Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, I tried to find out where drugs were being sold.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Can you tell me where a good place to buy drugs is?
That one's one for the Darwin Awards. Did they go arrest him?
Yeah.
Senator.
All they could arrest him for was asking the question. He didn't buy any drugs.
I know he didn't buy any.
So they bring him in and make him known all over the country how stupid he is. Because it's not a crime to ask. It's not a crime to ask a policeman a question. So.
Senator DeMint forces battle within GOP over earmarks.
Yeah, basically the leadership of the Republicans are doing exactly what the Tea Party people said they would do. They're basically wanting back to their big spending ways. You imagine that?
Top Republican urges president to get tough on Myanmar.
That ain't gonna happen. It's Muslims, folks.
An official suspect cholera has entered the Haitian capital.
Well, yeah, because there's no sanitation, because nobody with the United States lived up to their promises to do anything in Haiti like anybody thought they would.
And scientists find damage to coral near the BP well.
And Obama's people, who they faulted today once again for their basically, Obama's people have basically systematically twisted the information they're being given by the scientists to say that none of this stuff happened when they didn't say that.
And a Monty bubble isn't from the Mark Twain of the animal kingdom.
Okay, those people that say that 60 is the new 30 and 70 is the new 40 and 80 is the new 50 basically aren't old.